Good evening, everybody. Alright, notes have been taken. Got one more thing to check as we sit down here. Got bit by a mosquito last night, and it is not happy with me today. Had a short nap after our stream this morning. Laid down for about an hour and a half. Had a sandwich for lunch, then took my nap. Then got up. Hung out with Chris. Did some cat dad stuff. Been raining all day. Rained pretty much my whole nap too, Chris said. Not heavy rain, just a nice, slow, steady rain. Nice. BioWare is announcing the launch date for the Veilguard tomorrow. They've got a story trailer dropping at, I think, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Central Time. I will be watching that tomorrow morning and doing a reaction video to it, which means the morning stream will be a little bit late because I'm going to do that first. That's usually when I go live. Chris made fresh coffee. She did not take a nap today. She was outside working, waiting for the water people to show up. I am not going to do Radiant Echoes tonight. We're just going to hang out, run around, do different things. First thing I'm going to do is I want to go check on the trading post. Which means I think we can go straight over here. Where the heck is the... Oh, it's up one more. Yeah, here it is. The portal to Stormwind. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, my camera reset again. What the heck? Should be fixed now. Alright, we're in Stormwind. Also, wait and see if my nephew ends up sending me a message, because last Wednesday night, he like pinged me 30 minutes after I was offline. I was like, hey, do you want to play some World of Warcraft? And I was like, shit, I forgot. I don't think he hasn't said anything this week, so I doubt he's going to ping me. We'll see, you never know. I don't think I have anything I can grab out of here.
Pleased to have you.
I think I've already gotten everything I want from here. I think I already spent all my points. Yeah, I'm down to 50 points. I had 6,000 points. Now I have 55. I spent all my points. I bought all sorts of stuff out of here. Does it show you? These are all the things I bought this month. I bought a whole bunch of stuff. The mounts were expensive. But I was like, you know what? I'm deep enough into my World of Warcraft career. I don't have a problem starting to collect mounts. Everybody else talks about it. They have like 238, 179, 322. And I've got not very many.
May the seas be kind to you, friend.
I don't have that many. I think it's like 30 or 50. I have 53. 53 mounts. I'd say most of those are just things you get from doing quests and stuff. A handful of those have been from like pre-ordering the Epic Edition. I think I got a couple, like 3. And then subscribing for a whole year, I think got me another 2. But I think outside of that, I think the rest are all stuff I've found or come across or done in game over the years. Well, there's nothing else I need there for this guy. One thing I haven't checked on is how many days left do we have? And actually, if I'm close to the bank... Where did I take the wrong turn at? Oh, I'm about to get stuck up in here. Go back over here. My controller is acting a little wonky. I got a brand new controller and I wonder what needs to be fixed with it. There's the bank right there. Land. Okay, hang on. It also keeps reconnecting, disconnecting via Bluetooth, so who knows. It's a brand new controller. One of the things I have to do to prepare for the war within, everybody, since I'm the guild leader, it falls to me to do this kind of shit. It's not too bad. It's only basically 2.5 tabs. I gotta go through here and I gotta clear all this shit out. I gotta get rid of all of it. There's nothing in here that we need. It's all Dragonflight stuff. We're done with Dragonflight. We're moving on to the War Within. So sometime before next Thursday, I gotta come in here and take care of this. It could be a lot worse. It could be 7 tabs of shit, but it's only 1 full tab, a half tab, and a third of a tab. So it's not that bad. Got a couple things here. These are the Officer Reserve tabs, which we've never used. We didn't really worry too much about it because we were in the middle of Dragonflight. But now that we're going into a new expansion, we're going to unlock probably all but the last tab. Maybe the last 2 tabs. We'll see. Those we'll keep for myself and the officers for important things. And the rest of it, I think we'll just open up for everybody to just tap in, tap out. We're going to be doing harvesting nights on Saturday nights for 6 weeks going into the War Within. So the plan is, we may do some transmog, but the initial plan is we're going to go in. I start on the 22nd. Let me open up a calendar here. I think it's next Thursday. Yeah, so next Thursday I start, assuming no downtime and stuff. The 24th we're going to go do harvesting. 21st, so 24th, 31st, 7th onwards, all the way till we start raiding in early to mid-October. We're going to be doing harvesting nights instead of raid nights. Get all of our assets stockpiled for our crafters. Just going to let people pull in and out what they need. And I'll do leatherworking. I'll definitely spec towards making armor. I didn't really worry about anything here with this character. Inscription. I don't remember taking that at all. My hunter did leatherworking for a little bit, just enough to make himself his own gear leveling up. But by the time I got to dungeons and Dragonflight, I didn't need it, and I didn't pursue it. What's up, Babylonia? But I am going to be pursuing it here because we're going to have a whole crafting team supporting the guild. So, Saturday nights we're going to be doing harvesting nights and stockpiling mats for our crafters to use, and then hopefully everyone I would hate to have to lock that down and dole out mats. I'm hoping that everyone is going to be sincere enough that they only take mats if they're truly planning on using crafting, because I've seen it in the past where there's always one or two people who are like, oh yeah, I'm going to do armor smithing, and they burn through it in like 2 weeks. They get all the mats they need, and then anytime you ask them to make you a piece of armor, they can never be fucking found. And then like, 3-6 weeks go by, and suddenly they're not logging in anymore, and it's like, well, that fucker just wasted all of that ore. You bastard. So I'm hoping everyone's gonna be able to be mature enough not to do that. I would hate to have to put it. I don't have the time or energy to want to have to manually keep track of who gets what. So we'll hope everyone's gonna be good about it. But I do know a few people tend to burn out pretty easily, so we'll see. But I am planning on doing leatherworking on this guy. The nice thing about factions now is that I don't have to worry about grinding faction again. That's one of the reasons I didn't do it in Dragonflight. I didn't want to have to grind up the faction on the second, third, and fourth characters just to unlock the recipes that I wanted to get to. So having shared a faction on the warbands um, for the World Within is a big deal, because that means I can level up one character, get the crack faction maxed or close to max. I was watching the video yesterday. It's coming out today. It's actually coming out while I'm streaming. I don't often overlap things, but I did tonight because I didn't know what the weather was going to be like tonight. But since we're streaming, I didn't feel like rescheduling it. But the Warcraft team did a 20-minute video yesterday talking about end game is for everyone, is what they said. And they covered the delves, the raids, the crafting, everything, follower dungeons, story raids, everything for the War Within. And I got a reaction video coming out to that at 6 o'clock tonight, here in about an hour. I was genuinely impressed with, I knew about some things coming up with the War Within, but there was other stuff I was like, okay, that's really, really cool. So one of the things they showed was like the icon changes, so that when you've already done the quest with your main and you come back with another character, that quest will show a different icon for you. It's a more opaque icon because you've already done it, and it'll even tell you in the text, you've already done this Warbound associated quest before. And so on your second character through, you could choose to just ignore those quests entirely and go do all the stuff that you missed the first time, easily tracked by the in-game system, filtering those quests for you. And then you can max out even more factions your second time through. But the idea is that if I really like the leather over here and I go max all that stuff out over there, when my next character comes through, any recipes that those vendors have, I can also go get instantly because they've already got the faction. And that is brilliant. That's one of the beauties of Warbands. Dreamwilder says this is your first time in the War Within? Well, nobody's played the War Within yet. Well, I mean, other than Alpha and Beta. Yeah, I avoided spoiling. I had access to the beta. I did dip my toes in while I was up at my brother's place in June. I logged in a couple of times. But I did like the initial Warbands quest that you go do in Tanaris. And that was really it. I tried not to spoil any of the story for myself because I was like, I want to wait. So, I get early access, so I'll get a few days early start, but I did not spoil it for myself in beta, even though I had access to it. What's up, Babylonia? What else can I look at tonight? We might go play an alt. I might go play a character tonight just to do something for fun, since I'm not going to do the event tonight. I don't have any mail. I've covered all that. I'll do the bank on my own time. I'll have to... is that a shield? If that's a shield, that's really cool. He's a paladin. That's got to be a shield. I wonder if it has like a spell effect between the pieces when it's pulled out. Oh, you know what? I can also check. Because I'm assuming... That goat is going to be so awesome for a little gnome or dwarf character. I got that in Remix. I'm thinking that's going to be what my earthen rides around on. I don't know. I got to look at what the earthen pets look, or the earthen mounts look like up close and personal. Because I do have this awesome little goat. Where did it go? I know that's one of the things I bought from the store this month. I also got the white version of that goat, by the way. Just because I love the goats in Lotro, which is a perfect segue into Mandicoot's comment, which says, "Thanks for all your videos about Lotro. You're welcome." This is my main, which is a druid, moon druid, balance druid, moon kitten. I also have a hunter who was my main through Dragonflight. But I was gonna main my hunter through the War Within, but the skywriting changes they made, I changed my mind. Like, it's so cool to be able to like go up and fly around as my bird now. Like, it's truly dynamic flight where I can come up here and fully control my flight form now. Like, spinning's a good trick. Oh, I hit the tree. Fuck. Ah. But I love flying around in bird form. So this for me was like, yep, I'm just gonna go ahead and play my druid. It's gonna be good. All right, well, if we're not gonna do the event tonight, I've already cleaned my personal inventory. Crystal clean, no reagents. The only thing I have are a few Warband items that we probably need to go stick in the Warband bank before I forget. And then my inventory is essentially cleaned and ready to go for the War Within. I cleaned this out Saturday after the raid. I did some of it before the raid. And then some of it, oops, I'm on the guild bank. Some of it did before the raid, some of it did after the raid. I got the guild bank on my mind, man. Warband bank. And I probably should start separating this stuff out because my mage is going to be able to step into a bunch of gear soon. And I could theoretically start equipping my hunter out as well with extras. So let's see what we got here. I haven't even really looked. I'm just throwing everything in here. That ring is going to my earthen whenever I create him. Alright, that is plates. Let's do a plate set over here. There's a cloth set right here. Actually, the plate set should go over here because that's going to be for my earthen. Crossbow. I can't remember if can paladins use crossbows or bows? I think they can only use. I don't know that they can use ranged. I have a paladin, but I don't recall ever using a ranged weapon with him. It's an alt that I did earlier this year with the horde on the horde. I don't remember him ever using a ranged weapon, even for maybe for stats. We'll put it over there for now. Leather. We could do a leather set. Polearm. Nobody? I'm just gonna sell that. I don't have a two-handed character. Although, what's the graphic? Don't care to have that. Is it melee only for pallies? Okay. I'm not completely mistaken then. Alright, leather. Those are the exact same boots, aren't they? Defender's treads, defender's treads. Get rid of those. Mail. I mean, really might. He's not gonna need leather. What am I thinking? He's mail wear. Yeah, I've gotten 3 pairs of those. Cloth. X. No. Hideous. Absolutely hideous. Defender's mantle. Cloth. That's another one of those pole arms. and a staff. Cool. Well, I got a few pieces for my mage, 1 piece for my hunter, 4 pieces for my little earthen when I get to him. Including the band of Radiant Echoes from this Radiant Echoes event.
For the Alliance.
Alright. I think we're good to go to... Alt just to check. Because I could technically wear this gear now, I think.
Well met. Light bless you.
No, I have better. Well, I mean, I suppose I could just keep them in there for later. But...
Go with honor, friend.
not a priority. Why is my pack showing? My UI's a little funky here too, because that window is not where it's supposed to be. Fun times. That's from resetting the UI the other day. Alright, that's a solved problem. Alright. He's sorted. Let's go check the mage. Although the mage can't wear the Warband stuff yet. How many days do we have left? I think we still have a few days left on that. Beastmaster? Yes. I love the Beastmaster. I have not collected pets. I haven't felt like it. So I'm very happy with my wolf and my bird. I've had these since the beginning. The wolf is my main pet. Shadow. And then over here I've got Snowtip, who is my white hawk.
Welcome. We've been expecting you.
So I've been very happy with these two pets. I do have an affinity for cats in real life, and I do want to do a cat hunt at some point. The one thing I don't like about the cat models in World of Warcraft, though, is they all have like saber-tooth fangs. And I wish there were some that didn't. I wish there were some that looked more like jaguars without the fangs.
For the part you have played in the
it's the only lament I have. Because even their wolves, you know, they've all got
staff, that we may endow it with great power.
You know, everything's got fangs in this game. It's kind of like this game is big on shoulder pads, like, right? You know, everybody's got massive shoulder pads. Yeah. It's all good. I may go pet hunting at some point, but I'm very happy with these two. It felt very night elfy to have these two. Very happy with my look.
Our beloved sister, whose essence you have generously borne.
This took me a while to get this look together, but I'm very happy with my transmog on this character. The raggedy cloak.
May her presence be a source of comfort and companionship to you.
Very happy with the hood, everything.
Thank you,
that bow.
Friend of the blue.
I had a lot of fun with this character. This is the one I mained through Dragonflight, and then I switched over to the druid. I think about 2 months into raiding, because we had all of a sudden we had an overflow of hunters, so I switched over and played the druid. I have a pretty cool transmog on the druid too. I've kept it very simple and clean, since he's a moonkin. So most of the time I'm in moonkin form. So I've got a nice, clean, customized look. I have gone into the cosmetic barber shop, and I have tweaked this to make it look the way I want. I'm very happy with my moonkin. And then outside of this, I've got the Raven form. This is the only flight form I have is the Raven form. I was gonna go after the Owl one. It's at like the end of Legion, but I didn't have time. I don't have time to go through all of Legion to get to it. So I've got this, and then this is my transmog. This is very clean on this character. Face-wise, it looks a lot like my other guy. Different color schemes though, but I love that beard with the leaves in it for my Night Elves. And I got the same hood and cloak, but I like the staff. I have it's a very good staff. It's the best staff you'll ever see. It's the bestest staff. And the outfit is pretty decent. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% on like the arms. I wish the arms were completely covered instead of having an opening at the elbows. But it's all good. Otherwise, I like that outfit. And then we've got obviously your other forms, but I never really use them. There's cat form. I think I've got bear form somewhere here too. No, that doesn't do it. I don't think I have it on my inventory right now, or not my hotbars. Where's it at? Bear form. Yeah, there's the bear form. I don't use bear form I haven't really customized the bear form or the cat form too much. But I don't play them very often, so. Can I not drag it straight from there? I cannot. Druid. Bear form. There we go. Okay, now it's hotkeyed. Yeah, it's the Vagabond, Bad Fox. What is it called? Fuck, does it tell you when you hover over right now? I thought it told you what your transmog was. It's not showing me at the moment. How does it? Didn't it used to show you the transmog when you hovered over? Or is that only if you go to the transmog guy?
Come, shop, browse. Smell.
Alright, where is it? The Dalaran Defender's cape is what I'm wearing. It's transmog to Vagabond's Midnight Cape. Hang on, was I just missing that when I looked at that?
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
It totally did. It said it at the top. I was not paying attention. It's the Vagabond's Midnight Cape. It does. Yeah, it does. I just my tired brain did not see the that. It's the Vagabond's Cape, and then there's a hood that goes along with it. But you can also get like they have a you can either choose the hood, which I love this hood. I think it looks good on almost all of the humanoid characters. Does not look good on a. I mean, obviously our ears stick out, but I just love the folded back look. It does not look good on a Tauren, as an example. It does not look good on a Tauren at all. But for humanoids, I think it really looks good on dwarves. It looks so good on dwarves. And then there's the hood. It's the Midnight Hood, but it also has the collar set. You know, these come in 2 sets. And also the cloak comes with like the bottom can either be ragged like it is here, or they've got one that has a straight bottom. Bubbaloni says back in a bit, gotta run for Nespresso pods because Amazon didn't deliver. Like, let me pull out my transmog mount so I don't accidentally lose somebody else running off.
Punches, lucky doos.
Lucky doos for do, lucky doos. Where are the cloaks at? Yeah, this is the Vagabond's Midnight Cape. Where's it at? The Wanderer's Midnight Cloak. Is that
May
it?
your feet find good trails.
Which is like this. There's these straight ones, right?
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer.
I don't generally like most of the cloaks in this game. Most of them are too colorful for my tastes. I like simple cloaks. So I'm a big fan of this one. Like the ragged tip and everything. I can dig it.
Beware of Yeti.
Beware of Yetis! Yetis will get you! Yetis will eat you. Lucky doos. Let's see my mage. My mage is also using the same different color scheme. Dude, every single one of my characters here on this screen has it. My tank, I was very happy with the look I got from my tank. He has the straight bottomed one. And I have more colors now, so I really ought to go transmog him again. Because when I did his transmog, I only had like 2 colors or 3 colors, and now I've got like 8 colors. So I should probably redo the transmog on him at some point. But I'm holding off because I'm going to have a earthen paladin that's going to replace him as my tank character once we get going. And this guy has 5 days. 5 days and he's out of Panda Remix. And I can get him prepped and ready. The coolest thing about this character, this is for anybody who might be new tonight. Those of you who've been around my streams for a while have already seen me do this. But I still get excited every time I log into this character for one reason in particular. Are we outside? Are we outside? We're outside. So remember how I was talking about how I loved my bird form? So when Skywriting Dynamic Flight came, Skywriting, and now you can roll around on your disc mount with like freeform flying and do the flips. Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's so cool. I absolutely love this disc mount. Like this is the I was always talking about how in EverQuest 2 I could get disc mounts. I really want to get a disc mount in World of Warcraft, and finally being able to get a disc mount was like the coolest thing. And I got this in Panda Remix at the very beginning. It was the very first thing I bought off the broker, off the NPC, was this disc mount. And I'm totally ready to. I don't know what I'll do with this character long term, but I have the disc mount. That's all I really care about. Everything else is secondary. Little ice mage, frost mage, I guess as they call them here. Somebody got bit out of shape. I did a video, my last stream that I did with this character. They left some nasty comments about how I'm an idiot. I shouldn't be allowed to play World of Warcraft because I called it an ice mage and not a frost mage. Some basement dwellers, man. It's the trolls of YouTube. It's not an ice mage, it's a frost mage. Get it right or stop playing WoW, noob. It blows my mind that people like that still exist in 2024. But very happy with this character overall. Had a lot of fun with him. I liked Panda Remix. It was overkill. It was like playing Diablo 4 in World of Warcraft. Just blow shit up for 2 months or whatever it was. Alright. Let's do something different tonight. And here is my paladin that I was leveling earlier. I do want to, Moonguard, yes. Standard. I might do this tonight. It's not a permanent character, but I would like to test. I would like to try out the Shaman a little bit. See what it's like. I did toy around with making a gnome death knight the other day. A mecha gnome death knight. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go get some more coffee. We're gonna come back and do something with this, I think. Fatfuck said, I had fun on my enhancement shaman. Almost picked it over my warrior main. I do remember dabbling with the shaman. Two or 3 years ago, but it was before I started. It was before I knew you could play with a controller. So now that I play with a controller, we're gonna check this out. Because I may end up wanting to make a shaman alt once I get in deeper in. My first alt's gonna be the earthen, but after that, we'll see. Definitely need to change some stuff here. What changes the horns? That's just the face. It's the hair, beard. Horn style, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, perfect. Roboblazer, I prefer Elemental Shaman. I love Lightning. I'm thinking Lightning sounds like a lot of fun. I want to do damage. I don't want to worry about heals or anything like that. Wally West says, I was wondering if someone looking at getting into a new MMO. I like Guild Wars 2, Star Wars Red Republic, Lord of the Rings Online. Looking at taking a break from those. How would you recommend World of Warcraft? Somehow I never really got around to jumping into it. Well, if you've played Star Wars The Old Republic, I would say you're already primed and ready to understand how World of Warcraft fundamentally plays, because Star Wars The Republic took all of the best ideas from World of Warcraft and just made it into a Star Wars game. So, on top of which you can play, for me, the kicker is I can play World of Warcraft with a controller, which is awesome. So, World of Warcraft, it plays just like Star Wars The Republic. So, you have your single player content, you have area quests, regional quests, world quests, and then you have the main quest. It's not your class quest, but it's the main story quest. It's all the matchmaking is there, so you can matchmake for instances, you can matchmake for everything, but you can also choose to do all of those dungeons solo. So if you don't want to deal with other people and you just want to do dungeons for you and for story, you can do all the dungeons and all the raids solo, caveat, in the War Within, which is the new expansion launching in 1 week. Well, it actually launches on the 26th, but I'm starting on the 22nd because I have it pre-ordered. So, it's a completely revamped World of Warcraft where everything is soloable now. All the dungeons, all the raids, you can do it on your own without any other people if you want to. You're not going to get the raid rewards, but you're going to get the story, which is just how Star Wars The Old Republic does it. You can do the story, you get the little droid that comes along and heals and does things for you. It's the same exact version here. It's like, you know, it's story mode. And then outside of that, there's also a new thing called delves, which are little like 15-20 minute bite-sized solo dungeons that can be done with friends. I think up to 3 people, maybe up to 6. I think it's only up to 3. And those ones you get an NPC companion who comes along with you, and he has quests, and you can spec him as a healer, as a fighter, as DPS, whatever. And then there's seasonal stuff associated with that, so you get different companions that are going to come in and play with you. It's like archaeology mixed with little bite-sized dungeons. And then also on dungeons now, they added follower dungeons to Dragonflight about 6 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that. So when you go into the dungeons, it takes your character and says, okay, you're a paladin or you're a mage or whatever, and it gives you 4. I forget. This is 5 acres. It gives you all the NPCs to fill out your party. So if you come in as a tank, it's going to give you a healer and some DPS. If you come in as a mage, it's going to give you a tank, a healer, and some DPS. So the follower dungeons are really cool because it automatically fills your group up based on how many people you bring. So if it's just you, if it's you and your friend, you and your 2 friends, you and your 3 friends, it'll automatically give you additional party members. So the system is brilliantly designed now. So you can do everything and on your own, or you can use the queue system, queue up for dungeons, do dungeons with other people, do raids with other people. There's a There's a base mode for raiding called Looking for Fellowship, which is easy mode raiding. You don't have to worry about that many of the mechanics. Then you can do normal mode raiding with a guild, and then there's heroics and mythicals and all the different tiers. There's also PvP, yes, there's PvP, which I don't participate in. So, I mean, it's a really, really, really good game, Wally West, and they have a ton of classes to choose from. The story, if you started brand new, you would have to level up a character to 70, I think, and at that point you get to start the War Within. The caveat being that, and you would be leveling through Dragonflight. So, like if you start on with the new expansion, if you start today, this is not how it works. But once the new expansion starts on the 26th officially, when you start a new character for the very first time, you're going to level through the starter island, which gets you to level 10. You leave the starter island, and then you're going to be prompted to go to Dragonflight. Dragonflight is the default leveling expansion for the new game. And so you'll do level 10 to level 70 in Dragonflight. You're going to get all the backstory you need, everything you need to know about the War Within, and then you're going to get to the War Within and roll right into the new storyline. You could, yes, if you pre-order the War Within, you can also get a character boost up to 70 and just roll right into, thank you for mentioning that, RoboBlazer. You could also, if you pre-order, you get the character boost, and then you can immediately just be ready to go with War Within and not level up a new character, which is totally viable. Don't believe anybody that tells you that's like, you should never do that because you're not going to know how to play. Screw those people. You don't need to know how to play. You're going to be playing for you. Play for yourself. You can set up all you know. You can take a week or two to figure out all your hotkeys and everything else. But the nice thing, if you start a brand new character, Wally, so I'm not in a character screen here. Let me go back. I don't have to do this right now. This is better to talk about stuff while we're sitting here. Let me show you something, because there is another caveat to this. If you start a brand new character, I'm really glad that we got to cover this. This is actually a really important thing. So, when you start the game, when you get to level 10, you're going to be prompted to take a specialization. In my case, it's 4 because I'm on a druid, but usually it's 3. You have to pick a specialization. When you pick that specialization, you're going to have, normally you would have a talent pool that you would need to spend in. But what the game does for you when you create a brand new character like that, is there's this over here, unless they change it. There's a drop down here which has something called starter build. If you see this right here, the starter build, it will automatically spend all the points for you so that you don't have to stress about it, and it'll automatically put all those abilities on your hotbars. You may need to do some additional finagling with hotbars to get it all working, but it's going to spend all the talents and everything for you so that you can use a starter. Exactly, it's a starter build, which allows you to then just play the game with the build that they gave you. Figure out if you like that. If you do, just stick with it. I believe they only have one, yeah, just the starter build for that. But you could also import builds and stuff, but if you just want to do a new loadout, you could build your own. That's another thing for new players. It's a good time to be World of Warcraft player. That's all I'm saying. I've had a great time this year. I've played more World of Warcraft. This is the first time I've had a running subscription to an MMO for more than 6 months. Since I think the launch of Star Wars World Republic. That was the last time I had more than a 6-month running concurrent subscription to an MMO. I've done 6 months in Lord of the Rings many times, but I haven't done annual for years. The last 5-6 years I just jump in for 3 months here and there whenever I want to play again. But I've kept a running subscription to WoW since I prepaid actually in January. I think I prepaid for a whole year. I was like, I know I'm playing it. I pre-ordered the Epic Edition. I was like, here's like $300, Blizzard. Take my money. So I mean, it's a good game. I don't get where all the hate comes from, but I'm also fresh to it, so I don't have any of the emotional attachment that a lot of people have to changes over the years. It's a 20-year-old game, so some people get very emotional about things. I don't. It's a video game. It's, you know, I'll play it however you do it. I don't care how you patch it. I don't care what you do to my class. I really don't give a shit. I just play games for fun. But I've always been very flexible about that with like, even with EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2. Oh, you changed the way my ranger shoots arrows. Okay, cool. I'm just here for the ride, man. I'm not a developer on your product. You do what you want to do. But I have had a lot of fun in this for the past, it'll be a year in November, so we're not quite to a year. We're what, 8-10 months in, something like that. Rubber Blazer said, I just got all my characters to 70, but a priest and a warrior. Derek Fry says, I skipped Dragonflight after I finished leveling my character, kept playing the game. I like Dragonflight a lot. Wally West says, love it. I'm excited to give it a solid try. My brother's played a bit, wanted me to hop in as well, and as someone who's too old to enjoy PvP anymore. Yeah, it's, all the PvP in this game is consensual and arena-based, as far as I'm aware. Like the battlegrounds and stuff. It's all team-based, you know. There's also the YOLO RPG and stuff, but I don't get any of that. So it's like the game is like 95% PvE, only 5% PvP in my opinion. It's probably better to think of it like World of Warcraft is a great PvE RPG that has elements of PvP in it because of the factions back in the day. But now with cross-faction guilds, cross-faction grouping, they've got rid of that whole Alliance versus Horde. Yes, it's still there from a story standpoint, but modern WoW does not lean into the PvP anymore in that way. It's all consensual, battlegrounds, arena stuff. So the rest of the game is 100% PvE focused, especially with the introduction of cross-faction guilds and cross-faction grouping. Like, you don't have to be on the same server anymore. You don't have to be in the same Alliance/Horde. You can invite whoever from wherever. You can go do instances. You can do raids. It's all, everybody can come together as one big happy community. So it's all PvE. It's good fun. And it can be quite challenging. I will say, I'm an MMO vet. I'm an older dude. I say older. Some of the older guys are like, you're just a young pup. You're only in your 40s. You know, I'm in my mid-40s, and I've played since... I've been playing MMOs since EverQuest, so since 99. And this game right here, the single-player stuff is really simple, which I love. It's just enjoy the story, enjoy the ride. If you want to get into raiding... we found as a guild, and all the videos are in our playlist down here somewhere on YouTube. If you're watching over on Twitch, there's a playlist. You'll have to go check it out on YouTube. But the World of Warcraft playlist I have here, we streamed and recorded all of our raid sessions this year through Dragonflight. All of it's up there. All of our Panda raids and everything else. But we did normal mode on Dragonflight, and the raids were quite challenging. Some of them were, like pretty, like standard, but then some of the boss fights were like, that one took us 12, 13 tries to get done. And that was, doing a little bit of online reading and watching other people's strategy videos. But when you've got 25 people, it's a lot of moving parts. But the good thing is that you could do the raids all scale. So, as long as you have 10 people, you can go do a normal mode raid. So you can start with 2 groups and go all the way up to 30 people. But looking for fellowship, it's just like easy mode. It's literally even my wife who has never played MMORPGs can do looking for fellowship mode because it's easy mode raids just for story. Plus with the new initiative being able to do solo raids for story, it's going to be great. But I found a good portion of our guild found the normal mode raids to be challenging. Like, you have to know the strategies, you have to learn the mechanics, you have to do the gear grind. Like, you have to get your gear up, you have to worry about gear score, you have to, like, it's not heroic raiding, it's not sweaty, but when you have to throw yourself up against the boss mob 10, 12 times, everybody starts getting a little, that makes you a little cranky. It's like, come on now, let's stop, what are we doing wrong? What's going on here? What's the brick wall that we're throwing our heads against? I found normal raiding to be quite fun. I mean, I'd say we probably did 80% of the bosses in Dragonflight on the first try, but there was 20% that took us at least 3 to 5 tries or more. Firak, was eventually we just did I'm looking for fellowship mode because we ran out of time and the season changed and they changed the gear score. Suddenly we had been working for like 4 months at grinding our gear score up, and then right as we were getting to Ferric, they went into the next season and revamped the gear scores with the Mythic Zero changes, and Ferric was suddenly like 150 gear points higher for us to even be able to have the DPS to do them, and it was like, ah, fuck. All right, let's just go do looking for fellowship mode. So that's the one achievement we don't have from Dragonflight. We didn't kill Ferric on normal mode, so we don't have that one achievement. It sucks, but it was just timing because we came so late into Dragonflight. But they were quite challenging. Yeah, I had a lot. I think Dragonflight raids were quite fun. I had a lot of fun with that. It was the most challenged I'd been in a long time in terms of rating. So, but I do love the fact that in World of Warcraft you have tiers of difficulty. So it's like if you want to do it on easy mode, you want to do it on normal mode. Oh, you want to sweat a little bit more? Here's heroic. Oh, you want to have your you want to be you want to be squinting and pinching one while you're sitting there like just try not to die. That's mythical mode. It's like you will be sweating a lot during mythical modes. I won't even do heroic and mythic rating. I just won't. As a guild, we only do difficulty at normal mode or below. We're mostly just here for story. That is some interesting hair that she has. Is that a Demon Hunter? I still haven't played Demon Hunters yet. They have a very unique look. Rubberblazer says, I owned EverQuest but didn't have internet at the time. Derek says EverQuest was pretty good. Rubberblazer said, I enjoyed Final Fantasy XI with the dual class features. Yeah, Final Fantasy XI's up there with EverQuest 1 too, for sure. I have a lot of good memories of EverQuest. A lot. I did 7 years. I played that all the way up until the launch of EverQuest 2, and then I played like 7 years of EverQuest 2. I like EverQuest 2 more than I like EverQuest 1. But I do have a lot of good memories from EverQuest 1. They are things that I would not do in my current era of gaming. Like, I can remember, like, getting into Thurgadden, like when you first came into that expansion, into the Velius expansion, and you're going to Thurgadden, and you're starting to work on your faction with the dwarves, and you go off to Kale to kill giants, right? Like that whole giant city, and like farming the pieces for your dwarf gear, and then needing to go to like the labyrinth, Velk's labyrinth, and get gems, and you're going in there sliding all over the place on the ice, and it's horrible 2001 level design, pathing, falling to your death. There's spiders and crystal monsters and knockbacks, and that was a really fun time. I really had a lot of fun in Velius, and then the Moon expansion, Luckland/Luklin, into Plains of Power. Plains of Power was fucking epic. I remember first getting into the Plane of Justice, and that hallway where you would get, it was down by one of the exits, and it was a hallway of like sentinels that you could pull, and then you could go all the way down into like the prison basement. We spent weeks there because it used to take weeks to get a level, and you would just grind every night to get levels. It was so ridiculously slow. Fuck that. I do not want to do that in the modern era. I remember it fondly, but I would never want to do it again. Ever. I've done nostalgia runs on like Project 1999 over the years, but it's just I have no, like, if you've never done, and this might be out of some people's wheelhouse, but like on P99 going back and doing like the Crypt of Dalnir as an example, which is like it's like 30 to 40 something like that dungeon off in the middle of nowhere in Kunark. Getting there in the first place is a massive undertaking if you're playing progression era EverQuest, because there was no fast travel. You could only, like, literally you had to have a wizard or a druid who could port you in somewhere within 3 zones away or whatever, and then you had to run there, and you were running there through mountainous zones of things that just want to kill you in a game where you die and all your shit stays on your corpse, and you have level loss. It was terrifying. And, you know, it was raw, early MMORPG. Again, I don't want to go back to that, but it's a fun thing to go experience if you've never experienced it before. Because we were doing, I think the last time we did P99 was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And just getting to that dungeon was a hairy monstrosity of a journey. And then you get there, and you're so far off in the middle of nowhere, it's like, please don't die, because if we die, it's like a 2-hour corpse run to get back here, you know? Final Fantasy XIV. I tried really hard to get into Final Fantasy XIV. I like a lot of the other games in that franchise. The most recent was when they came out with the last expansion. I got the all-in-one pack on the PS4 because I had already played it on the PC before a couple of times. And there's a playlist somewhere on my channel because I streamed it every single day. I played for like 3-4 hours a day, streamed every single session, and I level up through the base game. I did all the pre-patch content into Heaven's Ward, and then I got like 30 hours into Heaven's Ward. So I got like maybe 45 days. I forget. It's been a while now. It's been a couple of years. I got like 45 days maybe into it, and I just lost it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And the reason that I couldn't was because the one thing that Final Fantasy XIV does that drives me absolutely crazy, and it's the only complaint I have against the game, but it's a big enough complaint for me because of the way I am as an individual, and how I play games, and what I like, the way I like storytelling to work. They will take you, and you're working with like these 5 NPCs for like 10 quests, right? And you spend like 2 days working on quests with these guys. You get to the culmination of their storyline, and you think you're about to continue. They might even send you off to a new destination with those characters. You get there, and then all of a sudden the main story is like, nope, we're going to go all the way over to the other side of the fucking world, and we're going to work with these 3 or 4 people over here for the next 10 or 15 quests. You're going to get done with that storyline, and you think you might finish and go back over there. No. Now we're going to go over there. And we're going to work with some of our other completely different characters. And then we're going to do that, and we're going to keep doing that. And like 20 levels later, you might end up back with the people you were working with like 20 levels ago. And by then, you've forgotten who they were. You've forgotten what the quest line was that they were doing. So and I've heard that becomes less of a problem the deeper you get into the expansions with Final Fantasy XIV, because they stopped having so much stuff going on and they focused the story. But through the base game, the pre-patch, and Heaven's Ward, that was a major issue. And as someone who's written a lot of fantasy and science fiction and played a lot of video, I have to have a linear plot. You can't be throwing me all over the place like that, because it's just, I'm uninterested, because I've forgotten who these people are, why I should care about what they're doing, how does it connect to the bigger plot. No, like, why should I care? And the problem was I quit caring. And so from a gameplay standpoint, Final Fantasy XIV is an awesome MMORPG that does everything right except for that, for me. But I'm not everybody. They have great cosmetics. They have the uwu factor is perfect. It's not too uwu. It's not too waifu, but it's there. You know, it's got a really cool Final Fantasy art style. I mean, you're not running around getting swimsuits for Tifa, right? Like, that drove me batshit crazy in Final Fantasy XVII Rebirth, was all the stupid mini games to go get costumes for the people. It was like, all right, yeah, she's a sexy waifu, but I'm not here playing the game for a sexy waifu. I'm here playing the game because I want the story. Like, give me more Cloud and Barret, and, you know, I mean, these are all important people, but I want the story, you know. Correct, Wally West. The story jumping all over the place was the only reason I really couldn't stick with Final Fantasy XIV, because other than that, it's a great game. The dungeons are fun, the raids are fun, they have great cosmetics, the sharing of mounts, like the fact you can give gifts to other players is really cool. Like, that adds a whole social aspect to the game that's a lot of fun. The music's good, the soundtrack's good, the cutscenes are great, the voice acting is really good. I genuinely like that game, other than the storytelling drove me nuts, and I just couldn't push myself past like the however many hours it was mark. Like 6 weeks, it was something like that. Thanks for the sub on Twitch, Wally West. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Thanks to everybody for being here and supporting. We've had a really good past couple of weeks between No Man's Sky, Lord of the Rings Online, Legendary. We're prepping for the War Within, which I will be playing. Next Wednesday night, we'll probably just do another hangout, because Thursday night, I don't normally play on Thursday nights, but I will play next Thursday night because the War Within kicks off. And then Friday, we'll be starting Friday. The main daytime game is going to be the War Within for a few days. It will be doing the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th as the main stream, and then Star Wars Outlaws drops, and I'll be switching the daily stream to Star Wars Outlaws, and then we do Space Marine 2 after that. World of Warcraft, the schedule for WoW, for those of you who are going to start hanging out and watching WoW 2, is Wednesday nights and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Central. Our raids are at 8 p.m. Central on Saturday nights. So the Wednesday night sessions will be questing dungeons with the guild, and then Saturday nights are questing dungeons and raid. And then Monday nights I play Lord of the Rings Online on the Angmar Legendary server for the moment. And then, yeah, and lots of No Man's Sky right now. And then at some point, I got to figure out where I'm putting No Man's Sky once the War Within and everything starts, because I have so much I still have left to get done in No Man's Sky, and that game turned into something way funner than I thought it was going to be. I just recorded the video today during the stream. I was talking about, for me, No Man's Sky is like my game of the year this year, even though it's not a this year release. And as soon as I'm done tonight, I'm going to go do, we're going to cover Dragon Age the Veilguard just announced their roadmap to launch. They've got the release trailer coming tomorrow. The release date trailer, which looks like it's going to be an October release, because they're doing the IGN First series the whole month of September. Generally, the people who are doing IGN Firsts, the game launches like the month after. So pretty sure it's going to be, we're going to know tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. We get the release date for Dragon Age the Veilguard, which is great for me because now I can finally schedule that in. And then we got Gamescom later this month, which we're going to hopefully get release dates for the Shattered Space DLC for Starfield, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. What else is left? Indiana Jones, The Great Circle. I think those are the ones I'm still left waiting for release dates on. Stalker 2 is November 20th unless they change. And we've got a Dev Diary 1 to go through on that soon. So, I got a list of videos to get to tomorrow. We need to do another reaction stream, because I've got like 6 different things I need to go take a peep at. Rebel Blazer said I wanted to play the Dragon Quest MMO, but it was never released here. Dragon Quest MMO? I've never even heard of that. I'm gonna go Google this. Dragon Quest MMO. How have I never heard of that? Is that like a JRPG type game? Is that Dragon Quest X? Is this, am I looking at the right thing? Dragon Quest X Rise of the Five Tribes Online, also known as Dragon Quest X Online, is a massively multiplayer online roleplay game developed and published by Square Enix. I've never played anything in the Dragon Quest franchise. I'm not familiar with that franchise. Oh, this looks a little bit like Final Fantasy XI. Like a lot like Final Fantasy XI. Huh. Okay, so it's like an RPG series, kind of like Final Fantasy, I guess. Huh. Yeah, never heard of that. I'll be damned. Learn something new every day. Interesting mechanics. Okay. Oops. Let me make sure we're over here. Final Fantasy Dragon Warrior in America? Huh. Alright, let's go check out the Shaman. I've got a little bit more we can go. Got sidetracked. Moonguard. Standard. High Mountain Tauren. Let's just test this out. Alright, horn style, let's start at the top. Dauntless. Confident. Bull Rush. Young Buck. Wide load. Oh, you could have a broken one. The Bulldozer. I can dig it. Ooh, that's a nice blend, man. That right there looks sweet. Hang on, we gotta get rid of the... Yeah, let's get rid of some of this stuff so I can see it at the base. For main... Oh, let's get rid of the headdress too. There we go. I just want to see what he looks like. They're making Dragon Quest III in HD. Ooh. I think I like this face right here. Ah, he could have a 4-main. Braided, shaggy, slicked back. Yeah, baby. Natural? Let's do the natural look. I kind of dig it. Hair? Ceremonial? You might go ceremonial since he's a shaman. Beard, flowing, bushy. Totem. I don't mind that right there. The knot's pretty cool. Eye color, ooh, I go purple eyes. Oh yeah, elemental rage inside. Headdress, none? What kind of headdresses can we have? So that adds more feathers? I could dig it. I'm always happy for feathers with my shaman. Okay, let's go over to accessories. Horn color. Ooh, we can... Oh, groovy. No, I think I like this. Horn markings? Oh, absolutely give me horn markings. Horn wraps? Interesting. No, I don't need horn wraps. Decorations? Oh, shit, that's cool. Haha! I think I'll go natural because I've already got all the feathers, but that's definitely a look, man. Like the beads and the braids on everything. More feathers, casual, prominent. I don't need another feather there. Nose piercing. Yeah, I don't think I need a nose piercing with this one. What else we got? Body paint. Well, let's change the color. Blue for sure. Untamed, fluffy, brushed. Let's do fluffy. Tail decoration, totem. Rope braid, linen wrap, none. Let's do rope braid, because it's got the colors it in. Okay, what type of body paint do we want? I should have asked Chris to come in here and help me make this character. That's the bear, the eagle, the moose. I think we'll go eagle. Ren totem. That's a scary looking shield, man. Alright, now I gotta see what types of shamans there are.
High mountain stands. These words speak of more than earth and stone. They tell the history of our people, enduring hardship and conflict to unite against common foes. The time has come for you to venture beyond our sacred peaks. Walk the path that Hun took so very long ago, and bring honor to the name High Mountain.
Fuck yeah. Alright, warbands are here, which is awesome. By the way, this is not meant to be a forever character, everybody. I'm literally just doing something tonight to hang out with people because I didn't want to do the event tonight. Because I'm done with the event. I've done everything I need. And we're going to do the event again on Saturday night with the guild. So I was like, let's create a character. Let's play around. I do want to do some type of a shaman at some point down the future. And I want it to be a high mountain tauren. Because I just think this looks so badass. It's just so cool looking. So let me look at this. I've got some chat coming in. Robles says elemental is range DPS enhancement, is melee and last is healer enhancement. Is a dual wield. Yeah, I'll go elemental, it sounds like. Elemental, a spellcaster who harnesses the destructive forces of nature and the elements. Preferred weapon, mace, dagger, and shield. Primary stat, intellect. Enhancement. A totemic warrior who strikes foes with weapons imbued with elemental power. Dual axes, maces, fist weapons. Restoration, a heal spec. Water to mend allies, which has a cool VFX, by the way. It's definitely a different way of healing. I'll run my druid every once in a while as a healer. I love resto spec on druid because it's all like tree leaves and nature. It reminds me of the warden in EverQuest 2, which I mained for quite some time. I haven't mained a healer in years. Elemental. That's an easy decision for me, guys. I want to do fire and lightning. Let's see what they gave me for a default. Nothing, because we're level 10. I forgot. I'm gonna have to sort out my hotbar here in a minute. Chain lightning hurls a bolt of lightning at the enemy, dealing nature damage, and then jumping to additional targets, affecting 5 in total. Astral shift. We also have a rank of lava burst. So those are the ones. Hang on, where did it put that? Maybe it hasn't yet. Hang on, let me close this really quick. Because I need to, I think. There we go. Thank you very much. And I need to open up my hotbars. Yeah, see, the cool thing now is in the new spell bar, the stuff that you haven't slotted yet is up here. So and it's highlighted. So I don't have these two slotted yet. So I'm gonna pull these down really quick. Put them here. Okay. Let me check this really quick. Flame shock. Sears the target with fire causing. That's an instant cast. That's a 1.9. That's a 1.9. Instant 1.9. Primal strike. That's a weapon attack.
I require a target.
That's an imbue. How long does that last for? 60 minutes. That's a buff. Lightning shield. That's a buff. Healing surge is a heal. That goes right here. Is that for me and other players? Friendly target's health. That's also me, right? Heals myself is the default. Okay, cool. Okay. Earthbind totem slows enemies. That's a mount, which will move over here. That's a racial charge. I don't see myself ever using that, but let's put it there. And then Ghost Wolf. How long does this last for? Does that last until I get hit or something? Or until I cast? It lasts until I cast. Okay, where am think about that for a minute. I might put that like here or something. Okay, now Lava Burst will always critical strike if the target is affected by Flame Shock, so that means I want to do Flame Shock first, and then Lava Burst, so that's the rotation there. That's Chain Lightning is an AoE. Probably put that over here. We might want that there. Because I gotta save that for my interrupt. Alright, let's see. That's probably not where I want that. What's the cooldown on Primal
I need
Strike,
to target
I
something
wonder?
first.
I don't want to put it in Y because that's my interrupt.
I do not have a target.
Well, let's leave it here for now and see how I like that. Alright, we need to spend a point. Very cool. Earth shield. I already have a lightning shield. I don't need another one for the moment. Chain heal. I don't care about because I'm not going to heal people. Fire and ice increases all fire and frost damage you deal by 3%. Probably going to be a good idea to have that one. What? Yeah. Honestly. Let's do the damage. Alright. And I'm wearing a shield. That's interesting. Yeah, this is pretty interesting to run around. Alright. I actually don't want to do the event quest, so let me get rid of that from my tracker so that I'm not getting confused. Untrack. This is just a play test character.
My father will be avenged.
A new age dawns upon the high mountain, Ren Totem. What a bad name. After centuries apart, the bond with our kin from Kalimdor has been reforged. In the fight to save our land, we found new friends among the people of the Horde. To show the strength we bring to our allies, brave Tauren like you must heed the call of adventure. You must travel to Orgrimmar, meet with the ambassador at the war chief's embassy, then begin your journey across Azeroth. Earth Mother be with you, Red Totem. So this is going to be changing in about a week, because it's no longer going to be this quest line. You're probably going to still get sent to Orgrimmar, but right now it sends you to battle for Azeroth, as opposed to in a week it's going to send you to Dragonflight as a new character. So I would highly recommend don't start new characters right now. Wait until the War Within
High
launches.
mountains stand. For many ages, our people have called the Broken Isles home. We know little about the Azeroth that exists beyond our shores. It is time we changed that. Today you begin a new journey. You will be our voice in the lands beyond the mountain. Go to Orgrimmar, meet our new allies, and learn what it is they care about, what they fight for. Stay true to who you are, and should you ever miss your home, know that High Mountain is here for you. Always.
Always. Alright. We need to go to Orgrimmar. Which is... There's a portal right here. How convenient. That's the great thing about a 20-year-old game is they make it really easy for you to get where you need to go. I don't like games that make it hard to like get places. Like, come on, just give me all the quality of life stuff. Excuse me.
Speak quickly.
Are you the new one? I'm supposed to welcome you.
Trust.
Ah, the young hero comes before me. I am told you show great promise. Let us hope these reports prove true. The High Mountain Tauren possess strength and courage. We will have need of such qualities in the days to come. The Horde has many rivals in this world. Some call us enemies, others call us outcasts. But we find strength in unity, and in defiance of those who would challenge our freedom. Rest assured, I will be taking note of your progress. As War Chief, I expect much of you, and I reward those who serve me well. Enough of these pleasantries. You have much to prove, hero. Wherever your path takes you, know that you fight for the Horde.
I wonder if they're going to change this intro completely with War Within now. Roboblazer says the mage used to be boss, plus you can use attacks to make money. Yeah, so I even though I didn't play, I've not really played a lot of retail until this year, but I did play World of Warcraft Classic, World of Warcraft Classic: The Burning Crusade, and World of Warcraft Classic: The Lich King. I never played this game when it came out because I was too busy with EverQuest 2. So to be able to play those 3 expansions back to back, a few years back, was a lot of fun. And I had a mage alt that I ran through the Burning Crusade into Frost Mage, Ice Mage, whatever, into Wrath Classic. And yes, making money with ports and everything else. I had a lot of fun, which I just recreated that Frost Mage in Panda Remix. You played it all when it launched? Cool. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in Classic. We did I mean, in total it was probably, we did about 6 months when Classic launched, and then we did about 6 months around Wrath Classic, because I didn't actually play when Burning Classic came out. We did Classic when it launched for about 6 months, went away, and then came back about 2 or 3 months before Wrath of the Lich King Classic launched, and we went through the Burning Crusade, and then went and did Wrath Classic in total. So about 12 months total making that old stuff. That's nothing wrong with that, man. Medicated taxi service.
Watch your back.
Chromie, come here. Dude, I love the new icons they've got for everything. Thanks for the follows, guys. Multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch for newcomers.
Goodbye. I keep losing track.
Normally, I stream one main game for new players. The main game is streamed at 11 a.m. Central Time on YouTube and Twitch. Right now, that's No Man's Sky. It's going to be Star Wars Outlaws here in a little bit. Then it's going to be Space Marine 2. We got Indiana Jones: The Great Circle, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Stalker 2, Shattered Space DLC, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Whole bunch of stuff scheduled for the rest of the year. It's going to be a very busy fall/winter of 2024. We're growing. Everywhere is doing well. I think we're I'd have to go look. But anyway, World of Warcraft is Wednesdays and Saturday nights from 6 p.m. Central, everybody. But it's not the main game I play. It's one of the many games I play. Yeah, I think we're going to cross 34,000 followers on YouTube tonight. It's been a very good past couple of weeks. We've been getting a lot of new people on, and we have a boatload of new people on Twitch, which has been very interesting. Twitch was a very slow roll for me this year since we started multi-streaming, and we were very slowly crawling up to like 850, and then all of a sudden, No Man's Sky, Lord of the Rings Online, and now we're up to like I think almost 1,100 on Twitch. So I mean, it's grown. Twitch has finally started growing over the last couple of weeks, which has been very nice to see. Like, as opposed to a slow growth that's been like slowly crawling towards 1,000 all year, and then boom, we just jumped over the finish line, and now we're on our way to 5,000 is our goal. 5,000 followers on Twitch is the goal for the end of the year. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, don't forget you can double dip. And if you're watching over on Twitch right now, don't forget all the day-to-day stuff happens over on YouTube. So all the game guides, reviews, reaction videos. This is my day job. I do this full-time. 2.5 years into this as a full-time content creator / streamer. So I generally publish a video every hour on the hour over on YouTube, starting at 6 a.m. Central and all the way up to about 10 p.m. Central every single day. We do Let's Play videos. We do reviews, reactions. I do films, TV shows, book series. We do lots of different stuff, tabletop stuff. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I've got the review for Celasta's TTRPG rulebook coming out. They sent me a copy of that last week or the week before. I loved the CRPG. Like, if you haven't played Celasta Crown of the Magister, go play that game if you like CRPGs. It's not Baldur's Gate 3 budget, but it's a damn good game. And they also did a tabletop world, and it's pretty cool. It's 5th edition, so if you know 5th edition, it's going to be easy to pick up and play. I would love to do a Celasta playthrough next year. It would be really fun to do a Celasta campaign with people. But if I do an actual play series, it'll have to be next year. But the thing is, Starfighter 2nd edition is supposed to be coming out, and I would really love to learn. I loved my adventures in Starfighter last year when we did the actual play series. I would love to go back to Starfighter and do Starfighter 2.0 and see what that rule set is like, because I had a lot of fun playing Starfighter. Pathfinder's great, Dungeons and Dragons is great, but I've played fantasy tabletop since I was, a teenager. I want some sci-fi TTRPG, I've heard that the Cyberpunk is a lot of fun. Cyberpunk Red, I think, or the tabletop that the game was based off of. That one sounds like a lot of fun too. I know Bubbleonia was trying to get we got really close to doing a Fallout tabletop game last year, but I think we ended up having somebody drop out, or a couple people decided they couldn't do it, so we ended up shelving it. But that's also something that at some point down the road could happen. You never know. That's why you pay attention everywhere to everything that happens here, folks, because we do a lot of different things. That's my sales pitch.
May your universe be ever
Alright, complete 10 quests. I don't think I have to choose Chromie if I don't want to. I think we can just go talk to what's her name, right? Wait, I'm at the... Where the hell am I at? Or maybe I have to talk to her and just... Do I have to choose a timeline?
I always have time for you.
Recommended select timeline. Yeah, I just would like to do Dragon. We're just testing for tonight. Am I playing WoW with a controller? I absolutely am. Oh, am I standing in fire? Hang on. I almost died, guys. Look at my health. Shit. I'm like standing in fire talking and reading and not paying attention. Is it an add-on? Nope.
Done this before.
World of Warcraft added native controller support in Shadowlands, which was 2 expansions ago, like 3 years ago. There is an add-on if you wanted to use the add-on, but I just do the native support. Is that Lucas? What's up? What's up? Do you want to come say hi to Daddy or no? Come here, Luke. Come here. You can come over here. Go to the chair. You're a big baby. Come here. Who's a big baby? Do not chew on my cable. You've eaten 2 of these headsets, and I know Mommy just brought you in here, and you think, oh, I get to come be an office cat again? No, buddy. You have not. You don't get to be an office cat ever again. I love you. He's my big boy. This is my big. If you go back 2 years on the channel when we first moved to the homestead, he was a feral 4-month, not even like 3 months maybe. He was a feral kitten who showed up with his mommy when we first bought this place. Him and his sister, Luke and Leia. What's up, buddy? Yo. He was an office cat for a long time until he started chewing cables. He has destroyed 1 Xbox wired controller, 2 of these freaking $150 headsets, 2 phone charger cables, and I don't know how many like sweater pulls, shoelaces, Christina's hair ties. Like, he's like a dog. He just can't resist, and he just got banned. It was like, once I hit like $750 in hardware, I was like, dude, love you, but you are not allowed in the office anymore. Anyway, back to the controller stuff. Native controller support. You do have to set everything up, but you get to choose where you put the hotkeys. So really all you do
It's so
is you
nice
go in here
see.
just to show this off. I have a video on how to set it all up if you look at my playlist, or you could just Google on my channel how to set up I think it's called how to set up a controller to play World of Warcraft. I have a video on it. But you can go into don't let him up here right now, Chris, because thank you. Key bindings. And you go to the quick keybind mode. And this is where you can go in here, and when you're in the quick keybind mode, mouse over a button and press the desired key. So while you have the controller plugged in, you literally just hover the mouse over whichever one of these you want and hit the button that you want that to be. It's that simple. So there is some initial setup time with your hotkeys. Everything else is out of the box. So all the movement is everything, like to move your character around. That's all there inherently. But to set up your like jump, what's your jump button? What's your interact button? What's your main cast? Where do you want the buttons placed? Where do you want your hotkeys? That you have to set up manually using the quick keybind mode. Takes, it depends on who you are. I mean, it might take an hour to set it up the first time. It might take 15 minutes. I don't use the full repertoire of any of my characters, nor do I want to. But I rated all of Dragonflight on normal mode on a controller with multiple characters. The only thing I won't do on a controller is I won't play healer because I haven't set up this to do healing. But I've tanked, I've DPS'd, I've done all sorts of stuff. There are some things, like a few things that are a little funky is like you still have to use, so as an example, if I interact with Chromie,
Is this hello?
I have no way of using the controller to move the mouse icon over to accept the quest. So this is when I will put down the controller and I'll go over to mouse and keyboard and I'll just move the mouse over, click the thing I want to click this, click select.
Why, hello.
Now I'm back to the
Heroes of
controller.
the Horde, the Dragon Isles have awakened and beckon the Dragonflight's home.
It's that simple.
Meet me in Orgrimmar,
And then
where
some of the
I'm
things,
about
like,
to
when you
present
get
the
the
Aspect's invitation
in
to
the middle of your
Horde's
screen,
Council.
when you get the interactables, sometimes where you need to click this thing to do something, that sort of stuff you will have to set up specially. That's a little special to set up. So like when you're in raids and you need to be clicking that object to like pick it up and carry it over somewhere else and drop it down, you'll need to set that up because it's not intuitively set up. But that's another hotkey thing. You could set that up then to where that way you don't have to, because otherwise you have to move to your mouse and keyboard to do things up here when it's that pop-up ability. But those are the only 2 things I really use the controller for. Also, if I want to scroll in and out, I just use the mouse wheel. because I don't have that set up on the controller. And then obviously if you want to go into the menu, but like I've got my map hotkeyed, so I just open up my map like that. I've got my mount. My mount is hotkeyed. I got all my Dragonflight abilities. Dude, you can do Dragonflight from level 1 now. Dude, that's dope. I forgot all about that with the War Within. You can use mounts from level 1 now. Ha ha ha! Fuck yeah. Cool. So yeah, I've got everything set up the way I like it. And then I share the same keybinds across all my characters. So this layout stays exactly the same across all of my characters, and I just choose what abilities go where. So as an example, I always put an interrupt in this slot right here. It's the number 4 button on the keyboard, but it would be, for me, I put that as Y on my controller. That's my interrupt for every character that hasn't that I play. That's the interrupt button. And then LBLTA for me, which is Alt 2, I think, something like that, is my secondary interrupt if I have it. Brent, this right here, Brent, was a game changer for me. I would not be having near as much fun in World of Warcraft if I couldn't play with a controller, because I do not. I'm over mouse and keyboard after 25 years of doing it. Like, I went back and played EverQuest 2 recently with some friends, and that was really hard for me to play because it's only mouse and keyboard. And Lord of the Rings Online, I am playing that on Monday nights right now because the traffic is very good and there's a boost of interest around it right now. But holy crap, do I hate playing on mouse and keyboard. I really don't like playing mouse and keyboard, and it's the one reason I don't play more Star Wars: The Old Republic, because they have never upgraded Star Wars: The Old Republic to have controller support. If they would, I would probably main Star Wars: The Old Republic. Like, seriously, like, I would keep that in steady rotation if it had controller support. I just don't like to play mouse and keyboard anymore. I really like to, I'm at my desk. I have a standing desk, so I have 2 webcams, so I can stand up, switch the webcam if I want, stand up there. I can come back here. I'm literally going to kick my feet up over here and lean back, and now I'm playing World of Warcraft. And it's like, let's jump on my mount. Let's do a raid, man. What is an elite controller? I've heard mention of these recently, but I don't even know what that is. Anyway, I was supposed to go do something over here. Dragon Isles await. Your Warband previously completed this quest. So this is one of those new Warband things where it tells you when you've already done a quest before if you didn't want to do it. Teleport to Elysian's location. Sure, why not? Do you bind pushing the sticks? Nope, those come default. All the movement, so like all of this is already default native support. So you don't have to set, the only thing you have to set up is your hotkeys. That's it. Your jump button, where do you want your cast buttons? Like, those are the only things you have to set up. All the other stuff is already there for movement and everything else. But you determine where you put your abilities, and then you have to go in and set up like where you want your hot. But all the movement and everything is already native to it, so you don't have to set any of that up. So these are the new icons.
Here is the hero I spoke of.
That's right.
Spirits
I wanted to get some
guide
combat tonight because I wanted to check out the combat on the Shaman, but
I counsel the High Chief.
I probably could just go straight to an instance, right?
May the ancestors watch over you.
Can you go straight to an instance, or is it level 15 for instances? I could go straight to dungeons, straight from here. Well, screw quests. Let's go check this out. Oh, how do I select a target? It's a great question, Brent. Let me show you that before we dive into a dungeon. So you can manually tab target. If you wanted to tab target, what you could do is you could set up one of these buttons to be your tab button, and you could hit like up on the D-pad or the right. You could set this to be your tab button. Whatever button you want could be your tab button, and tab would cycle through your nearest targets if you set it up like that. However, World of Warcraft also has action combat targeting, which is what I use. So you go into the combat section and you scroll down. Oh, I don't have it turned down right now because it's a brand new character. I use enable action targeting. This is a target that dynamically targets enemies based on where you're looking. It works alongside the standard targeting system. So once you start, like it basically, if you have it turned on, anything you're facing becomes your main target. So see how it's this guy right now because I'm facing him. I turn the camera a little bit. Now it's this guy. I turn the camera a little bit. It's this guy. Now it's this guy. It's highlighting the different NPCs and targets, right? Depending on my direction that I'm facing. Now if I select this guy, it then focuses in on that guy with the green circle. Or if I'm in combat and I do an ability against somebody, it focuses in on that person until you kill it, and then it switches to the next one in front of you.
Spirits guide you.
Let's do a dungeon so that I can go check out some combat. What did I queue for, by the way? It says average wait time 14 minutes. That's okay, I think. Let me go back and check that. I don't know what I queued for. Random dungeon dragonflight. Oh shit, can you do? Dude, I didn't know this. You could automatically go in and do... Holy shit, well screw that. We're going to go do a follower dungeon. They've already moved this to I didn't even think about this. We were able to choose dragonflight. We can now do follower dungeons from level 10. I didn't even know that. I didn't think this was going live until they made Dragonflight the default. This is great. This allows me to showcase follower dungeons for people who might be new tonight. Let's pick the Ruby life pools. That's a pretty simple dungeon. I'm playing DPS. Now it should automatically put me in. And this allows me to quickly jump in and test out the class. Dude, I like this. This is nice. We can go straight into follower dungeons now, immediately with new characters, and test out. You can also do the new event starting at level 10. Oh, that's right. Babylonia did tell me that. This is what I was talking about. This ability right here, guys. I don't have this bound to anything with this character. So, I would need to manually click this with the mouse unless I bound it. But in this case, it's asking me to just put it somewhere in my hotbars. We're just going to drag that over there. I didn't start the event at level 10. I just did the event on my main. I kind of forgot that you could start it at level 10 if you wanted to. All right, so we have this group with us. They will follow my lead, or I could tell the tank, go ahead and lead on. I'll just follow you and do damage.
Alex Straza charged us with protecting the life pools from the primalists. I pray they have not infiltrated too deeply. Ensure the eggs are safe and eliminate any threat on these sacred grounds.
I don't think I'm ever going to use that melee ability, to be honest with you. Oops, I need to loot. Oh, I probably need to turn auto loot on too. Or just, I'm not going to worry about looting, guys. We're just here to test the build. I don't need to worry about loot. I'll loot the boss and that's it. Alright, chain lightning.
Protect Malidruza! She must continue her work. Allow them no further.
Too bad I can't cast any of these while I'm moving. Oh, here's another fun one with the controller. I forgot to mention this. When you have one of those green circles that you have to place, that can be a little funky on the controller. Because it uses the right thumbstick to move it, and it's based on where your mouse cursor is. So if your mouse cursor is off in the weird place, you'll have to manually move it over the thumbstick. That takes a little bit to get used to, no lie. Here, I'll see if I can show this. There it is. Oh, it cast it. Wait, because that's like an instant cast. Holy shit. Is that an instant cast? It's instant, that lie, but my cursor was way off there in the top, so it just blew it over there. Follower dungeons are pretty awesome, guys. This is a really good addition to the game. Totems are all instant. Okay.
If only you could have understood. I will not allow you to disturb Meladrusa's work.
Okay, so that's an instant cast. Woo! Maybe it shouldn't stand in the way of that.
Meladrusa, I have failed. Too far away.
Oh, that one I can insta cast. Okay, cool. Yeah. You can check the playlists below, Brent. I've got all of our raids are up to watch from this year. I played all of them with a controller. I've tanked them. Mostly I've played as a DPS, so either my Beastmaster Hunter or my Moonkin.
My allies sacrificed themselves so that I could return these eggs to them.
need to target
You
something
will
first.
not interfere. I consume you. I am sorry, but I need your strength, little ones.
Kill it with fire!
These helps are pure. They will show you the truth.
Also, the other one that you want to use is chain casting by holding down the button. That's a lifesaver, man. So instead of having to manually click every time you want to cast, just hold down the button. Or you can just hold down the keyboard button and you'll automatically just keep casting over
Good
and
work,
over
champion.
and over. It's so
Now that you have
useful.
secured the pools below, I require your aid above.
What is reincarnation? Is that the one when they die, they come back? I remember seeing that a few times. I don't remember what it's called. It's got to be reincarnation. By the way, Dragonflight, skywriting, all the new skywriting with the controller is so amazing. Flying around to be able to do flips and twists, and it's so fun on the controller.
Grave danger. A powerful primalist is attempting to burn all the nesting areas. You must clear them to get to her. I will keep watch from above while I confront the dragon who is leading this assault.
Quickly!
Round robin.
Save as many as you can!
I cannot attack that.
Come on, buddy. It's a passive? Okay.
Well done. You have secured the first pool. Now see to the others.
Robin. You also get elementals to summon later. Ooh, that's cool.
Keep clearing them out. Do not let the Primalists desecrate this hallowed space.
Totems are a pain to use in Classic. I love my hunters. My hunters and my druids are... Traditionally, hunters are always my mains. I just love pew pew. Also, I love having auto runs set up. Just... Oh, we're bringing everything, aren't you? Alright, Mr. Paladin.
You are almost to the master of these minions. Hurry onwards, champion.
Come on, little buddies. Fire hot.
The last pool is safe. She is exposed. Attack that Primalist before she can summon reinforcements.
Chain lightning for the win. It's like every other group. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for everybody to catch up.
I will honor the sacrifice of my allies and burn through you myself! Erupt with their power!
Ooh, how does this ability work? Boom! Oh, and then I run right into a ball of fire. That's brilliant. Oh wait, that's only if I have my add-on turned
monster. I protect these life pools. No.
Shockwave, you can send people off cliffs? That sounds fun. Well then don't play it, Galantius. Go bitch somewhere else. I'm only here to celebrate the fun I have in World of Warcraft. Not all the changes are good. Man. Go play something else that you have fun in then. No one's forcing you to play. Don't try to piss in my Cheerios. I have fun in World of Warcraft. It's alright to miss things. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't hate it. Tessellation? That sounds awesome. Thanks, Egna. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like lightning, man. Lightning effects are cool. I'm being quasi-sarcastic. I get a lot of people who like to come on videos and streams and rant about how they hate World of Warcraft. And I'm always like, you know what? That's fine. You can't take the sky from me. I'm having fun. If you haven't watched it, I have a series that I play with my nephew who's like 9 years old. He's about to turn 9, and I've been playing with him he hit me up last week. He's like, Uncle Tim, can we go play World of Warcraft? Normally I play with my brother and him. He wanted to play with just me last week. And it's really frustrating. I've had the last 3 videos I've published playing with my nephew. I've had like 4 or 5 trolls who come over to the channel and leave nasty comments about how, what an idiot kid, he doesn't know how to play, what a fucking noob, blah blah blah. And it's like, he's 8 years old, and I just hide those people from the channel. Like, you know, I'm so glad that he doesn't have to deal with that kind of crap. Because it's so sad that people want to gatekeep and take the fun away from a kid just because they changed my class. I don't like Warcraft. Blizzard sucks.
Deal with these operations.
But Shockwave sounds cool. Like, the ability to knock people off of platforms and stuff is awesome in Star Wars: The Republic. Like, being a Jedi and being able to, like, punt people off is genuinely fun. I completed a follower dungeon. And I got a shield.
Thank you, champion. The life
And a
pools are
quest
safe
starter.
for the moment, but the primalists are
Well,
still a threat. We
from
must be
a
vigilant,
very
lest we be
basic
caught
level,
off guard again.
obviously you don't get to see a lot about the elemental shaman early on, like, because you don't have enough abilities. But I will say, I have a question for those people who play a lot of elemental shaman. Does it? Let me look at the lines here. Elemental allows you to, right out of the bat, you can summon elemental damage, nature damage. This goes earth, this goes elemental. So, like, I would need to play it a little bit to get a better feel for it, but I like the idea of it a lot. From a very base component, that was quite fun doing this right here. I have no complaints. Let's go check out that shield I got, though, just to see what it looks like. Ew. It's not nearly as cool as the starter shield. Boo. Elemental fat slap, says Bad Fox. Just don't worry about it and play. Well, it's definitely something I'm interested in trying out once we get through the War Within and stuff. But my main plan right now is the Druid's going all the way through the War Within first. Then I'm going to do my Earthen Paladin, level him up because he's going to be the backup raid tank. And then after that, I'll be looking at another alt, which will probably be the Elementalist Shaman. Because it's one I don't have one of these leveled up yet, and because I already have my Frost Mage. I've got a Protection Warrior. I'm happy with him. He's arms protection stance. I don't really have a ton of like, I don't have a need to create millions of alts here. They just accumulate over the years. Like Star Wars: The Republic, I have like one of everything because I've played it since launch. Same thing with Lord of the Rings Online, EverQuest 2. But here I've only been really playing retail for like 8 months or something, so I got a lot of time ahead of me to get more stuff. It knocks back and it slows. Cool. Alright folks, I have got to go record some more videos. I'm going to move from here. I got to go watch the Dragon Age Veilguard stuff so I can get a video out for that for first thing in the morning. There is a No Man's Sky video going live at 10 p.m. Central tonight. We'll be live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch, continuing our No Man's Sky expedition journey. We got a couple more days left, I think, on the Liquidators expedition. Thanks to everybody for following along tonight. I'll be back with more World of Warcraft on Saturday night at 6 p.m. Central. And next week is the launch of the War Within. I can't wait. It's going to be doing questing, going off and seeing a brand new continent. I have never done a retail World of Warcraft launch. I've done a classic World of Warcraft launch. I did the classic launch, TBC. Skipped that one. Did Wrathlich King Classic, but I've never done a classic launch. And we're on Moonguard, which is one of the more populated servers. So I'm genuinely interested to see what the queues are going to be like next Thursday night. And whether or not we have any... I mean, I'm sure there's going to be downages and outages and restarts, and just like every other MMO when it has a launch day. Thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning or tonight. What is today? Today's Wednesday night. Yeah, tomorrow morning. It's late. I got more work to do.